Hello, and welcome back to my reviews. They got a lot more popular than I imagined, so I want to thank everyone for watching and giving me feedback on these videos. And I do enjoy the comments I get on them, even if some of them are bad or good, but at least it's, good to get some idea of what people think. Well, either way, let's get started with this review. Today I'll review Letters from Iwo Jima, made 2006, which is an American-Japanese war film directed by none other than Clint Eastwood. The movie is about the Battle of Iwo Jima during the Pacific War 1945. But for being an American film, it's very well done because it's about the Japanese side of the battle. Clint Eastwood did actually film two films in 2006, the other one being Flag for Fathers. Both movies were filmed back to back, but that movie I'll do for another day, and plus I haven't seen it yet. So, in our lead roles, we have Ken Watanabe and other Japanese actors that I won't try to pronounce the names for. The movie is based on actual letters that were left on the island, hence the name. There are some fictional things they've added, like one of the main characters, which is the character Saigo. He did not exist, but even so the character works as he shows the life of an ordinary Japanese soldier. You could say our main character is Tamadachi Kuriabashi, and he was the Japanese general over the island, and he was in charge of its defense. He ordered the Japanese to dig caves and tunnels throughout the island, which made the Japanese positions very hard to find. This prolonged the battle for Iwo Jima for 36 days. In the later stages of the battle, the Japanese were almost fighting a guerrilla war. The battle is famous for its heavy casualties inflicted on the US Marines. The Japanese were heavily outnumbered and had no air support. But General Kuriabashi did not believe in the Japanese honor code of battle and refused to do banzai charges, so he kept his number stronger than usually. He did not have any defenses on the beaches of the island, so when the Marines landed on the beach, the Japanese did not open fire. Kuriabashi wanted more Marines to mass up on the beach before he opened fire. When there were enough Marines on the beach, he opened fire, and the Marines, believing all defenses were wiped out from the naval bombardment, were taken by surprise. Eventually, the American losses were higher than the Japanese, but do remember that of the Japanese garrison of 21,000, only 217 survived. A quote from the general, Kuriabashi, explains on how he prepared for the battle and how he thought he would win. The quote is, "Americans have always taken casualties very seriously. When the number of casualties is too high, public opinion will boil up and condemn an operation as a failure." Kuriabashi had lived in America before, so he knew a little bit more about the Americans. That's why he deliberately chose to fight in a way that would relentlessly drive up the number of casualties. I have to say this movie is very well done and feels authentic. The best part is that the movie is almost all in Japanese, which is surprising for an American film. The acting in this movie is great, all characters feel real, and Ken Watanabe making a fantastic performance as he captures the role of this controversial general. Some effects do look dated, but other than that it's a good looking movie. The movie shows respect to the Japanese side of the battle by not making every Japanese a fanatical maniac. The movie shows that there's good and bad on every side, and that it's not so black and white as you usually think. What we have to remember is for the Japanese, Iwo Jima was part of their homeland, where a foreign invader was going to land on. And throughout all of recorded Japanese history, never had a foreign invader prevailed in war against the Japanese on Japanese land. For them, this was a threat not only to their country but way of life. To die in battle was expected for every Japanese soldier. This movie is a must-see for anyone interested in the Pacific War, as it gives more insight on the Japanese side. Because most movies nowadays only focus on the Americans. After the movie released, the tourism for the island rised, as many wanted to see it for themselves, which is a fun fact. I won't spoil the movie as I want people to see it. And if you do want to see the movie, I highly recommend you take your time with it. This movie is very slow and very long, so if you're gonna see it, make sure you're not doing anything else at the same time. Just give this movie its full focus and just be patient. And every time I see this movie, I only like it more and more. But I found a good line someone wrote on IMDb, and it's a fitting end for this review, so I'll reread it. "The movie did do an excellent job reminding us that the ones who pay the price for war are normal everyday people. People who really don't understand the reasons or the politics behind why they are fighting. People who live, love, and are loved by family and friends. people with dreams and ambitions. But for some reasons, when called by the leaders of time, they go forward, they obey orders and do their duty, sometimes paying the ultimate price.